Welcome everyone to Sid's Foodcast. If you're new to the show, this is a podcast about our love for food, why we love food, the memories attached to food, and everything in between. Again, my name is Sid, and welcome. My guest for today is my very good friend from Cebu Lit Fest. We could say he's the godfather or the conceptual brain of sorts of Cebu Lit Fest. And he can definitely just introduce himself. Dagan kayo nagkaila about going in the realms of literature, poetry, theater, and productions. My very good friend Hendri. Say what's up, Hendri.
I said, wait, is this supposed to be in English or in Bisaya?
Okay na
Are you
both.
then we'll do Bislish then. Yes.
Sige, go.
I said, kumusta?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here in Cebu. You're in LA, right? Or San Diego? Where are you?
I'm in Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. That's in Virginia?
No, that's in California. That's
Okay.
that's okay. So if you know Anaheim or Irvine or San Diego, that's basically an hour away from San Diego, 30 minutes away from
Oh.
Irvine, and 2 hours away from LA. So
Oh, I know Anaheim because that's
Ah.
where Disneyland
kana.
is.
So
Never been to San Diego, never been to those other places. So
Mm.
Huntington.
Yeah, it's the surfing
what-
capital. It-
Dagkan Pinoy siya.
no, it's a suburbs siya, like predominantly white. And then because
Oh,
you're in the
okay.
because kuan man siya now sa beach. So
Oh,
this
how cool! Surfing,
Mhm.
surfing.
yes, that's why it's a surfing capital. And then the beach is just if you walk 15 minutes, if you ride a bike, mga
Ah.
7 minutes away from the beach.
That is such a dream. You know how in Cebu, diba, our beaches are all private things? It
Uh-uh.
sucks.
There it's for
I mean,
free.
there's a-
It's for
Yeah, I
free.
mean, there's a law that you're not supposed to have private beaches, but hello, we're in the Philippines, we're in the third world, so it's like everyone's just like coral, coral, coral. No, you can't enter. Even, can I say, can you use the F word? No.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Even fucking Shangri-La will shoo you away if you get too close to the shore. That's fucking illegal, man. Fucking Shangri-La. You know?
Oh, fuck Shangri-La.
Yeah, fuck Shangri-La. I mean, I like them. I like going there. But I'm saying, you know, when you go to, like, the States, Gani, or even Hawaii, or even, like, you know, Bali,
Free.
you know, beaches are public. They're
Mm-mm.
not, you know, I mean, you can corral your house, but you can't corral a beach. The hell?
Bitaw.
So it's just so Bisaya. No, I shouldn't say Bisaya. That's so racist. It's just so third
Third
world.
world. Well,
Hala,
what's
I know
wrong?
we're supposed to talk about food. Look,
Oh,
we're just like,
it's okay. It's still an introduction. So
Okay.
tell the audience a little bit about yourself. Specifically, I wanna really highlight about you and your connection to Eastwest Cafe. For people who do not know Eastwest Cafe, that is a cafe in IT Park. When was it established? When was it erected?
we started in 2001 sa my Cebu Dock, and we closed it mga 2 years ago, 2018. So
Yeah.
it's a defunct cafe.
Yes.
Good
So
memories.
yeah. So Henry, how about tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Me, okay, so my name's Hendri. I'm old. I'm 40 something. But I don't think
You feel like you're 18. Definitely
Uh,
like 18.
I would say 21. It's like
21.
my life is stuck at 21. I still have that wide-eyed idealism of 21, and
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm 40 something, and yeah. So born and raised in Cebu, went to school in Manila, lived in a few places, like all over the world, a few. But my thing used to be food. No, actually, before that, our family has this food processing, restaurant equipment, weighing scale business. So it's like, you wanna put up a
This is
bakery,
really
a store.
specific.
Yeah, you want to open a restaurant or a bakery, you come to our store. We provide everything from the timbangan to the mixer to the griddles to
Mm,
the oven to the whatever. So yeah,
mm.
timbangans from like the smallest one where you weigh shabu to the big ones to the big ones where you weigh trucks. So we have
Mm.
those things and everything in between, fighting cocks, blah blah blah. So that's like my family background. And then my dad died. My dad died when I was 19. I had to, take over the business and temporarily, and then, I was faced with all these things that I didn't know. What does this thing do? Oh, what does this thing do? It's a chicken plucker. That's a thing. And then one of our suppliers in Italy, invited me to go there yeah, just kuan lang, uh, uh, update me on
Mm-hmm.
what new things there are. So when I went there, I got introduced to the tada espresso machine. I was like, okay, it's a machine that makes espresso, and he was like so shocked. What do you mean machine that makes espresso? No, 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 no. And then he started educating me on the romance of coffee bar, and I
Uh-oh.
was like, 19-year-old person that I was, nasud's bulsa. So that started my love affair with coffee and then with food in general. I remember him bringing me to these little cafes. Hala, Pascal, lami as pagkaon, uy. You know. So yeah, so that one, then wala na nasud lagi sa bulsa.
Mm-hmm.
Order og espresso machine ang Hendri ko, gidala sa Cebu.
It
And then I realized, hey, people don't know what espresso machines are in
does.
here.
And
So
that's
so
well,
I
that's
started.
early 2000s, diba?
Yeah, early
Oh.
2000. My dad died in 95, I think. So like 5 years into the business. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, 3 years into the business. And I brought in all this equipment, na crepe machines, panini grills,
Mm-mm.
and espresso machines, and people didn't know how to operate
Operate.
them.
Mm-mm.
Remember, this was like a totally different landscape in the 90s.
Mm-mm.
So, we only had like, Ayala Mall was still new, SM, so dili pag di nga naka sophisticated and food scene. Wapay Koreans, mo na.
Mm-mm.
So,
Like a Korean wave. Mm-mm.
wapay Korean, wapay mga inchik kaayo. So it was like really small town feels.
Mm-mm.
So espresso machine comes in, and I'm like, people don't know like what how to operate these things. So I ended up like tinkering with the machines, learning how to pull a shot of espresso, do a little minor
Mm-hmm.
repair, and you know. And I remember it was this guy, this Fernan guy from SM. Anyways, he told me, you know what? You keep displaying these things, but unless people see them in action, you're not gonna sell them. I'm like, bitaw, no? And
Mm-mm.
because of his comment, ended up opening Eastwest Cafe in
Mm.
2001, and purely coffee regito. And over the years, we added food items, blah 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 blah. And then, oh no, that started. That's in a nutshell how Eastwest started.
Mm.
And then I left that, and then I did other things like I did theater, I did the literary thing, and then now I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this party service thing. All
Mm-mm.
shut down, by the way, because of coronavirus. So,
Mm-mm.
you know,
And everyone's kind
re-
of really struggling.
reinvention.
Yeah,
So
but
there. So that's me. That's me. That's East West. That's my life in a
and
nutshell.
definitely we're gonna talk more about your life and your relationship with food. But I always ask my guests this question: what was your last meal before this guesting?
Ah,
Mm-mm.
easy breakfast. How what time is it now? It's 10 a.m. Karon. So I just had breakfast. I'm an early riser, so I woke up at around mga 6:30, 7, and then um, made myself a cup of coffee with my French press and my Vietnamese beans, and then and then I had what did I have? I had grilled fish, grilled kitong, which is rabbit fish. Then beef rendang
Oh,
from
beef
this
rendang.
delivery service. Beef rendang from
Uh,
this delivery
mm-hmm.
service, and my sister made chicken adobo from last night, so we had that fish adobo, fish, pork adobo, beef rendang. Of course, there's rice. We're a
Mm-hmm.
rice family, and like a quarter slice of ube cake.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys do not hold back on breakfast, no?
we're big on breakfast. Like ever since big kid breakfast, because it's like I don't know. It's like the first meal of the day, and you get sent off to school, and
Bitaw. And ako,
heavy, June.
and for me to relate into that breakfast thing, I am a huge breakfast person. But that does not mean I eat a lot with breakfast. It just means I love breakfast food specifically. As in, like, if you would give me pancakes, no, 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 not pancakes. So if you give me like mga silog-silog any time of the day, I love it.
Mhm.
If let's say ako kanang usually breakfast food would composed of rice and some little bit of protein and eggs. Anything like that, anything that has that composition, gana jud kay ko. But ang breakfast scene ba, there are restaurants in Cebu, if correct me if I'm wrong, that are really centralized towards breakfast, and it's something that's
We're
really
talking about
fascinating.
pre-COVID.
Oh,
Pre-COVID, you mean?
pre-COVID. Oh, na ilahang like ilang cater jud is for the early risers or for the brunch people, the tita ng mga brunch people, no?
I know of only two. One is Yoke because they're like an egg centered restaurant.
Mm-mm.
And aside from that, well, the Silogs and also the hotel buffets,
Mm-mm.
basically. Um,
The eggs Benedict, oh my god.
yeah. So the Yoke, I think.
Yolk.
Yoke is just like 1 block away from my house. So
Sige.
it's curious because they're like an egg-centered restaurant.
Mm.
Everything's egg.
And sige kung ingon na to katong na po kasi ba na I need to try it. I need to try it because I love eggs Benedict.
Oh.
Then wala jud ko katay. Wala jud ko katay matuog yolk.
Lami kay lang eggs Benedict, but I don't know. I find the idea of eggs Benedict such a perfect one. It's like a
Luxury,
how do I
comfort.
say this? It's so ilad, is what I'm saying. Because it's like, eggs Benedict, ang mahal. Wala, itlog, wala. Gari, itlog, a little sauce, and then 100 kapin. It's like ilad. I don't know.
I think the skill because it's
Ilad ka.
poached egg, may pag hollandaise sauce and all that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
find it ilad. So I don't
Mm.
I don't
And
eat that a lot. Although I must say, Yoke is one of my favorite places for coffee, for eggs Benedict, and for
Mm-mm.
meetings in general. It's
and it's really catered to the early risers, no.
yes.
Mm-mm.
Do you understand cornflakes though, or like mga Fruit Loops and stuff? Because I don't know, maybe that's a very American thing. But I
The-
don't know. I don't actually
I'm
know
not a fan,
anybody
though.
I don't know anybody who's into that. Like put cereal and milk and that's breakfast. It's like
I think kanang nagdali. Mga nagdali ba? Mga nagdali.
but it's all sugar though. It's like
I
dessert.
it's
kind of.
it's literally dessert. Dessert was dessert for breakfast. It's a very American thing, I would say. No,
Yeah.
but kanang
I love cereal. I love cereal milk ice cream though.
and kana ba is it a thing na kanang a very big breakfast? Is it a thing na you do during the weekends only, or is it
Every
really
day, man.
every day?
Every day.
And the
Even in
hago
Manila,
and then the
even in Manila or like abroad when I was living abroad, breakfasts are really heavy. Because
Mhm.
I don't know, wake up and I think I want to eat, and I associate with rice and sudan, and that's it. I have no concept of breakfast being different from lunch or dinner in terms
Mm.
of what I eat. I mean,
Well, ako okay, especially people who are very on the go. Usually,
uh,
breakfast is just coffee. That's it. Or like kanang, especially kanang the rush hour. Like you don't have time to poach an egg. You don't have
Right,
time
right,
to prepare all these garnishes for a very I would understand if it's a Sunday morning, no, or if it's a
I guess it's also my lifestyle because I don't really work.
oh.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
9
You
to
don't
5.
follow a schedule
Yeah,
in a traditional sense, no?
yeah. So it's like breakfast. Way, I'll take my time waking up, take my time,
Mm-mm.
making a cup of coffee, making meals. So, I have the
But
luxury of that. I would guess.
but do you have a favorite na breakfast meal specifically?
Breakfast meal. Wala man, basta kailangan nasa rice, good. Rice and whatever viand there is. I like bacon. I
Mm.
like shawmai. I like I like chorizo. I
Mm.
like omelettes.
Mm.
But the rice is always the thing.
And that's
Yeah.
kana ba kana na mga thing that's that I would still consider that normal. But something that really intrigues me, especially na kuan ako sa provinces, and even sa akong friend, na taga-Talisay lang ba, na these early risers, they eat puto and sekwate like alas 5
Ah,
kadlawon. And that's something that's
we have
really
that.
intriguing for me because kay ba kasabot ko pan and kape. Nga na ba? That's very general for Filipino. Pero mo mata kag alas 5 kadlawon para mo kaon og puto which is sweet and then nakisikwate,
Mm,
'di ba? Like I don't know.
that naman is my mom's thing. My mom's into puto and chikwate good. I think because I don't know, maybe she has two breakfasts. I think it's like she wakes up really early, like 5 a.m. And then you know, we there's like a market that's walkable to our house, and then in the market you can get the pico, the puto,
Hmm.
So that's her thing. It's like when I wake up in the morning before I prepare my breakfast, not gonna siya work like a pot of sekwate, savory
Ito.
fare, and puto. And I don't know why she puts rice in the sekwate lagi. You know,
Rice Jud?
I,
I just said puto.
I don't know. There's like something there, so it's not like just the liquid thing. There's
Mm.
a rice thing. I should ask her about that. Maybe it's just particular to our household, but yeah,
And
what is some sort of
ang
rice?
kanang puto si Kwate ba? That's a Visayan thing, no? Or is it like a
I don't
Cebuano
think
thing?
so.
Dili? Kay,
I don't think so. I think it's a Filipino thing because you have that. When you go to Cafe Adriatico, they offer you that. Puto
mm,
sikwat, mangga.
oo.
It
Oo.
could actually be an Asian thing as well. Because in
Mm,
Bangkok, they have
kay
that,
sticky
sticky
rice.
rice with
Mm-mm.
mango. So
Kana lang
maybe
like
it's not Cebuano.
maybe. Pero like intriguing lang like kung matakag kadlawon balik alas 4:30, 5 o'clock mo kaon kag puto si Kwate. And then by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock mo kaon na sad kabalik.
Yeah. That's supposed to be good though. Little mini meals that you
Oo.
scatter out throughout the day. Hindi siya, like one big meal. So it's
Oo. Kana.
little mini meals. Ako sad, because it's like I have breakfast, I have like morning merienda, I have lunch, I have like hapon merienda, I have dinner,
You're like a
and
hobbit.
yeah, and I have like midnight snack, which I'm trying to avoid because
Afternoon
that's supposed to be
tea.
like really bad. Yeah, afternoon tea merienda slash merienda. That's a time when I eat bread actually. Kaya mga merienda
Mm.
time. Kaya mga sandwich, mga jam-jam. you know, Kaya work, it's like half meals.
And they
Uh,
say kanina because health science is very complicated. No, there's a lot of different things. But on the one thing na getting small portion meals na scattered throughout the day helps daw with metabolism. But on the other hand, there's also kanang going to, especially karon ang trend karon of doing fasting, na eat ka like only in an 8 window kuan span. It's something na it even seeps into the culture. Specifically, kada ba yun ng no rice culture, and if you're Filipino, kaba ka ng people na,
yeah.
I don't eat rice na, then like you're Filipino, or, oh my God.
Can I just say on the record, I've never wala, I don't believe in like mga diets like that. I mean, I just love food. If you take that away, you take
Oh,
away the
dito.
joy from me. It's like, diba? I did for a while,
Kaya no
try
rice
being
thing? What
vegetar
diets did
no
you
no no,
try?
di sa dapat no right. Vegetarian ko. Grabe.
Oh.
It's like I was vegetarian for I think a year. That
Oh.
was it was in preparation for my my trip to India. So, the vegetarian ko, then I found this practical way to be vegetarian. Because rice, check, vegetarian. So, you know how we always have like um, vegetables mixed into the sudan?
Mm-mm.
So that's what I'd eat. I'd go to a carinderia or when food is prepared at home. We do have a lot of vegetable dishes, and if, if by chance, our cocinera would make something and I meat and I vegetable, then I'll pick up the
The
vegetable
vegetable
and
lang.
eat
Mm-mm.
and eat it. I mean, it's not some religious thing for me to be vegetarian. So, wala siya, it worked out. I noticed that I felt very lighter than usual. Like vegetarian, but
Mm.
that didn't last. I love meat too much. I mean, steak. Wow, steak. Ah,
Well, ako
ikaw,
magad.
wait.
Oh, you have a question for
What's
me? Go.
of course? Yeah. What's your food like there in Huntington? Do you live alone?
No, I live with my
Tell me about your
family.
life. Okay.
So I live with my family. So my
Uh,
my stepdad cooks a lot. Like,
is he
is he?
Pinoy?
No, he's not Pinoy. But kanang
Oh.
he's white, but
Oh.
he cooks a lot of Mexican food.
Wow, that is so. That's so. So yeah, kay Kuan, alam mo ka na Mexican
Alam mo,
food.
medyo kayo. And then
There's
ako,
only one in Cebu that I trust, La Lucha Taqueria.
oh, I haven't been there. Asa man na? For people who are listening.
Sa may kuan na siya, National Mango, di na pita,
Mm.
tapad sa Boon Cafe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know where it is na.
Really good. Mabuang.
And then my
So
mom.
your white stepdad makes a
Mhm.
lot of Mexican food, and then your
Mm-mm.
mom.
My mom cooks Filipino food. So rice is always a staple here. Naji rice.
Wow.
So like for example, akong my breakfast like few days ago was inununan.
Wow. What kind of fish do they use for inanunan?
I don't kanang
Do they have like do they have ugly fish? Diba normally you put ugly fish in inanunan?
I think mackerel man gamit ato. I
Well,
don't.
mackerel's kind of ugly.
Oo. But usually they go to Vietnamese na supermarkets or Korean
Ah.
supermarkets to get the kuan good kanang resemblance for the Asian palate ba. So and kuan ba riding on the concept of diet. They try ko anong mga no rice thing. They try ko na, I was like 17. They try ko different, nakatry ko og fasting. And I would kanina, like for my personal experience, I would say all diets work. Like I think Erwan also said that all diets work. But ang question is, does it fit your lifestyle ba? Nabay mawala sa imo the sense of happiness. Ano? Muna makaingon ko na dili jud ko mo restrict. I will eat and try anything. Like after doing all those diet. Oo.
But moderately.
Kuan lang, I choose when. Oh, moderately, and yan, when. When do I indulge? And different magod na ka ng eating out with friends or trying out new cuisine. Kana, jud, no holds barred. We'll try, jud ko. But if it's like
What's your biggest indulgence in terms of food? Like what do you consider a food indulgence?
siguro it's, let's say, if it's a more like a party, if it's a celebration, I wouldn't hold back. Nga na ba? And then, or
What particular food do you consider sinful,
sinful for
deadly,
me.
indulgent? Chicharon bulaklak, lechon,
I would.
leche flan. That's like, oh my god, leche flan's like pure sugar.
I would go siguro oh yeah, lechon, something that overly fatty, overly salty, and sweet. Like maabot to the point na I can't even consume daghan na kayo na ice cream or daghan kayo na cake.
Mm.
I don't know if it's just a me thing or if it's like just getting older. I can't. Namusakit ako ano. Because I don't consume ice cream on a daily basis. I rarely eat ice cream. I rarely eat cake.
Maybe you're lactose intolerant. Are you?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't get diarrhea though. So
that lactose intolerant thing is such a new thing for me because we didn't used to have that growing up.
Oh. And then
But
actually,
ako notice that. I remember we're talking. Yeah, sorry.
sorry to cut you off, but kanang you actually get that one when you get older, a little bit older ba yan? Nabasa na ako.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Most of that. I mean, we're talking about getting older. I think getting older, I'm more cognizant, and I'm more aware of how food affects me. Ba? You know,
Mm.
the sugar rush, the getting groggy.
Bitaw.
Oh, now we're
Of, wala ra no?
maybe walang gid ako bantay. Yeah, but like karon murag bas okay, this is the effect of this and okay ana
Itaw, ako,
or mindful.
and that still goes to show na you can still have a healthy lifestyle even if you do not kuan kanang hold back or limit yourself to eating. I understand not eating certain food because of kuan religious practices or maybe just being conscious with their health. Ana, but ako like personally for me because food is such a big aspect of my life. And dili ko kaya mo if I grow old and like for people they would regret na they didn't kanang go to beautiful places, let's say, or they didn't hang out with their friends so much when they grow old. Ako, I don't know. Ako main concern when I grow old, kanang I didn't get to try a lot of different dishes. Ako concern.
What do you miss? I mean, you're there in Huntington and we're here in Cebu. What are the food things that you miss here? Are here in Cebu?
top of
Like
my
top of your head.
top of my head, dim sum break. Dim sum
Okay,
break.
all right.
Oo.
We shall discuss that.
As in, because kaya kung plano, di ba, for people ko na knowing the situation sa Philippines, I was stuck in Manila by March, and then I said na, I think it was like March 25, they gave a 2-day kanang allowance for people to go home, and then my wife was still working, so we go like, you know what, we'll just ride the wave, and hopefully by before I go to the US, makaulit kog Cebu, makaulit na Cebu, and then I can definitely try, makatry ko kuan. But sadly, it was already June. Wala gyapon. I think it was already June na jud. Dito pa lang na ni open ang borders for that you can travel domestically. And like nag-regret ko like, oh, I stayed in the Philippines for 6 months. Wa adyo ko ka-try dim sum break. Like, oh my god. Like such a failure. Yeah, I have a yeah, I have a love affair for dim sum break so much. But diri obviously if you go to LA, it's a melting pot of a lot of authentic and let's just say California twist to food. So wala jay lacking of cuisine, but siguro kuan lang going to my main premise na I don't want to miss out of food. It even comes to the point na I think you can relate to this because you travel a lot. My wife travels because of going to new places, new experiences. And I guess that's almost for everyone. But ako, my main priority is to travel for food. That I'm not
Really?
exaggerating, huh? I pick my places because I want to try their cuisine, not because
Run me.
mm, not because of secondary na siguro ang kuan, ang culture, ang spots,
Mhm.
and all that. But number one, Jude, is because I want to try their food. Like
Run me
that's
through those places though. Where have you traveled for food?
oh, I'll say. Well, obviously here, I traveled sa Taiwan, and
Uh-huh.
so I sa regional places like Pampanga, Davao, and those are the things that I really want to do, and I haven't gotten to go a lot of more places. Specifically, I want to go to Vietnam, to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. I want to go to Japan. That's an obvious choice. Singapore, because if I would think na if we're gonna get authentic food, na mas easily available because Singapore has a lot of dishes to offer. What no, Singapore, dagang kay kuan. Other places that are not kind of popular, I would really, really, really like to go to Turkey. Turkey,
Mm.
because of the food, specifically along street food culture dito, and India, like just like in the top of my head. Given and dagang kay nindot na
Okay.
places dito, but because of the food, I really want to go there because
I
of the
really
food.
suggest you do India while you're. I really suggest you do India while you're young. Because I don't know. Like I did India mga 10 years, 10, 15 years ago. I was fine. But I can't imagine doing India now that I'm older, I guess.
Ah,
Because it requires a certain sense of adventure and bravery.
mm-mm.
India. I
Mm,
mean, what you see on TV, like
mhm.
online, is real. The crush of people, wow,
Mm.
that is real good. Then again, we've survived Manila, so
So,
what's another
uh.
Manila? Manila's like Mumbai.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I also tried also Bali, so Balinese cuisine, which is something that I also love. Jud. Oo. And I really want to stretch hantod asa akong palate.
Mm. Would
Oo.
you eat rat?
Yes, yes, I would eat. I would eat anything once. Even
You would eat
the
rat?
oh
Ilaga? Dog?
oh
Would you eat dog?
ako, of course, if
You would eat.
karang kuan, if not
Would you eat dog?
illegal, if not illegal, oh, oh. I would
You
even
would eat dog and rat?
katuganing kuan sa to me sa Bali. There was
Mm.
monkey poop turned to coffee. Was it monkey? No, it was some sort of like more monkeys here.
Yeah, but that's not really they don't turn it into coffee. They just like, there's a coating of poop and then they pick out the coffee
The
bean.
coffee beans.
That's they wash it anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and ana,
But you would really try rat? You would really try rat and dog? I don't think I can try rat.
I
Dog pa
would.
siguro. Not rat. I don't
I
know.
would.
Ew.
As long as it's kanang kuan sustainably kanang made and then kanang kuan siya like tarong sa
Uh,
paghimo ana oh I would try anything once. I would say if I hate it I would say na I won't do it again, but I would try anything once when it comes to food, huh?
what's the what
As far as I would
what's
kuan.
the food that you most dislike?
Right now.
Do you have food that you do not like?
Okay, I do not like ginamos.
Oh, mungus, you mean? Oh no,
Ginamos.
the ginamos, the fermented
Uh-uh.
small fish, right?
Uh-uh.
Or shrimp.
Maybe because wala kay ko
Okay.
na-expose, I
Mago.
tried eating it, but kanang wala jud kay ko ano. Oh, ginamos just on top of my head.
How do you feel? How do you feel about bagoong though?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good with bagoong. I'm good with bagoong.
So you like. So if it's sweet, it's fine. But if it's like sour, you don't like it.
Not
Yeah, yeah.
necessarily. That's okay. I like sour things. Maybe not exposed enough, I would
Mm,
say. But I tried. I tried kuan. Ano. And ikaw,
okay.
for kuan, turning the conversation to you have traveled a lot. Do you have that same
Yeah.
sort of curiosity when it comes? Ako, I admitted I travel for food. Do you have some sort of that kind of level when it comes to food appreciation? When it comes to
Mm,
going outside and you know visiting other countries?
mm. Me, I travel to experience culture, I guess. So it's not just food. It's
Mm-hmm.
really like taking my time. I don't like mga 2 days or 1 week trip. So when I go to a place, I want to stay for weeks or months
Mm-hmm.
uh, to not feel so pressured. So
Mm-hmm. You can
I
definitely.
like yeah, I like walking. I really, 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 really like walking and finding and
Hidden gems in the
exploring
city.
neighborhoods.
Oh,
Yeah,
same,
exploring
same, same.
neighborhoods. Pero ang food bang good? For me, I think that's a highlight of my day because it's like 3 square meals. Where do I eat? But in between is space to explore,
Mm-hmm.
time to walk around. So that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would, I guess, yeah, I would, I would, I would spend for food. I think, and I, what? It's my day revolves around those 3 square meals a day. which is not to say I don't like walking or like exploring museums.
Mm-mm.
I do. When I'm in New York, I watch a lot of shows.
Mm-mm.
So, mauna. Food is good.
Mm-mm. Do you have any fond
I
memories?
like supermarkets. That's my thing. That's really my thing when I go abroad. Because
Oh.
I'm ano ko mailan?
Uh-uh.
It's like walking past a restaurant and then tawgon ka, sitsitan ka, madlok ko. Whereas it's in a supermarket, it's so comforting. It's like everything's laid out and there's the
Mm-mm.
price and it gives you an idea of how the locals live, how
Mm-hmm.
the locals like, yeah, for me, pasalubong, for example, is always in like a foreign supermarket. Teas and spices, and so that's my thing. Supermarkets are my thing.
Do you have any fond memories going to supermarkets, specifically abroad? Like,
Um, do I have fond memories? In the States, Van Good, I love the overwhelming choices you have. And like, kanang getting, like, especially like you were talking about ice cream kanina, kanang
Mm-mm.
freezer section, matanaw ka,
Nadagang
unsa may
kayo.
ice cream mag-sale karon. It's like, hala, ang Haagen-Dazs or a Ben and Jerry's, 3 for $5. Pistin, halit na yun. Hala, gani,
Overabundance, I would say.
$5. Ha?
Overabundance
3
of
for
choices.
Gagi, mabuang ko. Or like, kanang gani mo, so each supermarket journey in the US is an adventure. Isa na kailang sale karon or like, oh my God, marshmallow fluff, red marshmallow fluff. What the hell is that?
That's how usually do you go to Walmart? Do you go to Costco? Did
Depends where I am. In New York, for example, in Manhattan, there are no
well, a big one,
like
big chain supermarkets. No?
cheap supermarkets. So I
Do you go to
what do you
bodegas?
call it? They have no mahal. No,
Mahal ang
no, no.
bodegas?
Di ko mahalan ko.
Really?
Mahal. Uy, mahal.
Mm.
Bodegas are like convenience stores.
Oh,
Mahalan
it's
ko.
like it's ingrained in the culture, though. You
It's
know?
it's for convenience. It's if you have like work and you need to get like a cup of coffee or like you need to get like a can
Mm-mm.
of milk or beer. But that's not me.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I
Mm.
know that $1 can of Coke is just 20 cents. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
So I wouldn't pay for that convenience because convert mo peso, mahal ba ya? So yeah, I'm not too fond of bodegas or convenience stores, except for maybe their kanang way kanang timbang-timbang a buffet. I like those things about the thing because it's a buffet thing, and then you can pick what you want, and then they timbang, and then it's a meal. I like those things about the bodega.
And you usually, kung naka sa US, okay, usually you directly go to New York, no?
I usually stay in New York, but I sometimes I go to Washington, do like a couple of days there, or Boston. But generally, I marinate in New York. That's
I've never been to New York. My brother has been to New York. Maybe I'll visit.
When I go out, Manggod, I have my tumbler. So there's like a tea tumbler, water tumbler. It's all in my backpack. So and then there's crackers. So I don't really buy convenience store things because I save those purchases for like the big meals, the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner.
And,
That's my travel tip.
and and another as I'm gonna usually another probably a particular place for you na you had a very good dine-in experience. Just to reminisce, na knowing na karon it's going to be very really different going on post COVID. But
I would say that the best dining experience I've had was in Paris in a restaurant ni Alain Ducasse. It's called Ox Lyonnais. That's there. It was what? Yeah, I had a. It was a small cafe. Murag sa Ratatouille, it's a small cafe that's tapad sa kusina, and then I think it was a six course meal, and then
oh my
nice
gosh,
kayang feeling. So it's really a meal not meant to fill you up.
Uh-oh.
A meal that's meant to be pleasurable.
it's a total experience. Mm.
No, because the French, they have all these weird. I mean, with the French mango, it's not about. It's about preparation. It's about the sauces. So it's
Mm-mm.
like the contrast and the subtlety. So dito yung ko nakataste na hala. Inanam din yun. Like a savory flan, like
Do you still
pork,
remember
like
unsay mga courses you took?
I close my eyes and I can see it. You know,
Oh my
inana the
god.
strong memory. So remember that scene in Ratatouille, that critic,
Mm-mm.
tao niya sa Ratatouille, hala, flashback and
Flashback.
memories of like the childhood.
Mm-mm.
Diba? At yung mama, blah blah blah, hilak din si Kuan, that critic guy. Ana, it's a similar memory nga murag ox lyonnaise. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
I'm
it
gonna
right.
put it in the show notes for people who might want to try it out.
I mean, each and every person would have a different attachment. Naman. Like, for
Mm-mm.
example, your attachment to dim sum break, I think,
Mm-mm.
is mixed with nostalgia because really, the food isn't great in dim sum break, but because we attach so much
Mm-mm.
memory to it, it's great for us.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
And that's one of the main aspects of this show, just like the memories attached to food. And it may be so simple as like an itlog and tocino at home, but it could mean so much, or it could be a very it could be an omakase, or it could be a 9 course meal in a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
That's really really wonderful to hear. Uh,
Yeah.
ang ang for a person like you who travels, what are the tips for kanang people who would like to travel? Kanang unsa may mga nakuha nimo over the years when it comes to dining out or trying new
Like
food? Tips for
like
people.
tips on how to save money.
Tips
That
on how
what
to
you're saying?
save money, or tips on how to find hidden gems in a certain
Mm,
country.
I
I don't
think
know.
I think the travel landscape has changed so much over the years, and it will continue to change even with, um, especially with the pandemic. Like I remember traveling before wala pa internet. Wow, you had to rely on your Lonely Planet guidebook. Then came the internet. Na you didn't even have to have a guidebook. You just print them out, and then the smartphone. You didn't even have to print them out anymore. You're just like, you know. So it's changing so much, but
Mm-mm.
I think what doesn't change is really, I think it's good if you did a little research on where you're going. I mean, where to go. Just like, doesn't have to be so specific na mao gid imong buhaton, but just like a little bullet point roadmap.
Mm-mm.
Maybe today I'd like to go here or there, and like, online. Google is your friend.
Mm-mm.
So I would say that. What else? Uh,
Are you a person who looks at ratings sa kuan?
no,
No?
no. Only,
No.
only siguro for like accommodation or
Not for
maybe
restaurants.
I'm not. I'm not big on formal dining one.
Oh.
I find that such a waste of time. I would rather be exploring and
Mhm.
but I will, for example, allocate like a day or a dinner or a lunch to try something expensive. I mean, but
Mm-mm.
in general, my meals when I travel are very fast casual, fast food, or like
Street food.
I happen to walk. I walk along the street and I'm hungry.
Mm-mm.
I'll look for something inexpensive, like handheld food, and that's
Mm-mm.
it. I'm fine with that. That's why I got. Oh yeah, here's another tip: when you travel, always bring a day pack. Day pack with your water, so that you
Mm.
can refill your water along the way. Because first world countries or maybe some third world countries, it's easy that it's not. Sometimes there are water fountains where you can refill your water, and
Mhm.
even if you don't, you can just have a bottle of water inside your bag. Kaysa mo palit ka. Wala,
Bitaw.
tourist trap ka ng water. Uy,
Water
$2?
bottle.
$2, So yeah, like a water bottle in your bag, some
Mm.
nuts, some chips, some candy,
Bitaw.
uh, just para di lang ka, just munch on things ba, kanang gives you energy also,
Mm-mm.
and you don't have to, di ka mapugos usay tungod sa imong kagutom. Lakaw kag SM, nakakabalin, mahibog ka, musod ka, and it's always a bad meal. Why is that? It's always a bad meal, but I never learned. Patintal jud ko tungod sa kagutom.
Bitaw.
Buffet na lang tagkabilin. Sige, para why order, dito kaon. Sige. Pag it's always a bad meal that I
Para lang
never learned.
kay kuan man,
Matintal
kay
sa
gutom
idea
man.
sa buffet.
Mm-mm.
Sige, matintal sa idea sa buffet. Matintal sa idea nga, di na ka maghuwat. Oh my God, it's always a bad meal.
And that's something
Always.
people should avoid. Plan ahead, people.
And-
Get some
And
chips.
you can avoid that if you have if you have nuts in your bag
Mm-mm.
or like a cracker.
Mm-mm.
You're hungry, a
Kaayo.
little.
Para at least
So
na
maybe that's a tip.
para at least na ang imong meal sulit, dili ka nang
Yeah.
likaw na ka tungod kay gigutom ka. Let's go back to Cebu. Ikaw, one of the people dyan na homegrown dyan sa Cebu. Na kay mga fond memories of kanang mga restaurants there na you really like in Cebu?
Here yet, like we don't have. I don't know if there's a restaurant that has a sommelier here in Cebu, unless you go to the high-end hotel. So for those complicated formal dining things with several plates, we don't have those things in Cebu. I guess at best, the culinary landscape here in Cebu is casual dining. So that, to begin with, should be the expectation setting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't have formal, fancy schmancy restaurant
Yeah.
in Cebu.
And even if we do, dili siya nga na dyan na like level pa, would you say?
We don't even have a French restaurant, and don't get me wrong. The French restaurant supposed to be like the pinnacle of fun. I don't think we have one or two. I'm not sure. Francis would know. But, yeah, our Italian restaurants are casual. So
maybe just the
So-
kuan, like
yeah. So I would bring my guests to
Mhm.
either chikaan or golden cowrie because I think it expresses best what we have, the cuisine we have in Cebu. Wala siya.
bitaw.
And yeah, it's pretty okay. It's I mean, wala pa siya. I don't recall those restaurants failing me.
Mhm.
So it's safe.
Mm-mm.
And it's a good introduction for guests, either
Bitaw.
from outside the city or outside the country, and then they come to Cebu. So hey, let's go to chikaan or golden cowrie. Taste some munggos. Taste some
Lami kaya itong katong ginataang munggos na kuan fish mo guro to? Or chicharon? I
Yeah.
forgot. I love that.
Dilis, I think.
Lagi?
Dilis.
Oh, it's so good.
Sometimes they change it up. Sometimes they put like bits of fried pork.
It's really, really good. And siguro, maybe I was really pointing at just the overall experience. It doesn't really have to matter if it's like a high-end restaurant. But I would say that there are really places in Cebu na it would really give you a good eating experience, I would say. And then, especially for people who heard of lechon, try sila.
I think depende sa good. Like you have to ask your guest or
The expectation.
Yeah, what do you really want? Do you want a place to eat? Do you want something casual? Do you want, like aircon or wala? Do you want to talk or wala? Do you want coffee after or wala? Do you want dessert or wala? Because I think the charm of Cebu are kuan. We're I don't know if this is the word, provincial in the way that our restaurants, for example, well, at least the places I go to, kaon ra yun. Na mag-expect ka na ay dessert menu, hindi ka human, or na ay coffee menu. You know what I mean? So setting that expectation, you kind of want to size up or ask your friend, what do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. But so far, my friends who I consider arty or sophisticated,
Mm-hmm.
man, I mean, I don't think I've failed in that regard. I bring them to like an eating place, and afterwards I bring them to a cafe for dessert, and then if that's kuwang pa, I bring them to another cafe. And those three little restaurants make up the whole experience for me.
Experience. Mm-mm.
Like I love Cosita Nina Singh. Oh my God, ha!
What is that? Where's that?
Everyone that I brought to there, wala reklamo. It's across Chuon Temple in Guadalupe. They have this huge ass like rotisserie grill. Kind of uling it, but like
Mm-mm.
lechon manok levels nga rotisserie grill. They have pork that's being grilled, chicken that's being grilled, fish that's being grilled, tuna panga that's being grilled.
Oh my
And
gosh.
their rice is mountain red rice. And they have their in-house, like a pinakurat kind of a sauce. And then they have like
Oh.
vegetables and they have like scallops. But I mean, even the governor, does a lot of takeout from that place.
Mm.
But, my God, the lugar, meh.
But I've never been there, so I don't know what you're talking about the place.
It's like plastic chairs and tables, hugasanan, tapad nimo, I mean, it's
Mm.
really ghetto. but
But lami.
it's so good. So, you have to assess if this person is arte or not. If this
Mm.
person's arte, that one, yeah. But in general, I think in general, I don't have arte friends. Like, because I have no filter. I say what I want. So, so generally, the friends I have are adventurous, and they bring them to Kusina and Nasing. If not, if if they're a little bit more arte. I don't know even if arte is the word. Maybe chikaan or golden cowrie, and then we'll have dessert at Cafe
Oh.
George,
Oh,
or if you want Cafe George all the way, there's pasta, and then
Bitaw.
dessert, and
Mm.
yeah, that's for me.
Ah.
It's Cebu, my Cebu.
Mm. I just you explaining it. I really want to try that. Going.
So dim sum break. I like dim sum break, son, but it's really I think really it's nostalgia more than anything.
Oh.
Dim sum break. Because it's like
Siguro.
people I bring to dim sum break, they try it. Like, oh, what is this rice topping shit?
Ako.
Or like, this is a spring roll. This is shomai.
And would you agree that it's probably a Cebuana reiteration of Chinese dim sum?
Everything is even in. I think how when the Chinese go out of China, and then they open a restaurant wherever they are, it becomes Chinese slash black. Chinese Filipino, Chinese American. I mean, in the States you have Kung Pao chicken.
General Tso's, orange
General
chicken.
Tso's. We don't have that.
Uh-uh.
We don't
It's Chinese American.
we don't put cashews in our chicken. You know what I mean?
It's just a way of adapting siguro, no?
Right.
Mm.
In the Philippines, it's mainly the kind of Chinese food we have is Chinese southern, like seafaring Chinese food. So,
Mm.
wala siya. Generally, it takes on that flavor because, that's where most of the Chinese in the Philippines come from. And of course, it becomes localized na. Yum.
Bitaw.
So,
Uh-uh.
I mean, these are things that,
Pancit.
you don't have in the U.S.
Mm-mm.
You don't have lumpia. You have spring rolls. It isn't really lumpia. I mean,
Uh-uh.
and I guess it's like that also when you go to Africa, when you go to wherever. I mean,
There's always like a different version.
localized version of Chinese food,
Mm-mm.
I guess.
Mm-mm.
So,
Siguro, yeah, that's why, and you can't discredit that one of connecting nostalgia and memories. Even goes to show na it has a powerful effect when it comes to eating habits sa tao. Whether it's dim sum break or even like orange brutos, a lot of memories, a lot of kuan dyan. But the last part of discussion that I want to in this podcast is for people like you who've opened a restaurant and closed a restaurant or dived into the restaurant business, what would you advise for people who are planning to go into it, whether it's a big restaurant or whether it's just like a takeout restaurant or whether it's just something like even like an online restaurant or online food service? From you and just from the years of experience that you have, what would
I can
be the advice?
I can only talk about or speak from my experience in
Mm-hmm.
business and the lessons I've learned. Um, I think my pinaka main uh, lesson or from Eastwest, it's a lot of heartbreak when you close something. It's like breaking up with someone. There's a lot of heartbreak attached to
Mm-hmm.
closing down a restaurant. Um, uh, my biggest, I guess the biggest lesson, if I could do it again, and what I would apply is that there comes a time in a restaurant when it starts off as doing fun and it's self-expression, blah blah blah. But at a
Mm-hmm.
certain point, you need to identify that you have to scale it up,
Mm-hmm.
and that for me is something that East West was never able to do. I mean, we've had offers from several people to franchise, to partner, pero I don't know, it just didn't feel right, or
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote artist in me,
Is your baby?
uh, yeah, it didn't feel good. But in retrospect, I should have just,
Mm.
transformed that coffee shop into a Starbucks. But
Mm.
uh, that didn't. So one siya, to recognize at a certain point you need to scale up, you need to let go, you need to professionalize, you needs to change into something more broader, more
Mm-mm.
palatable. At least that kind of restaurant that I
Mm-mm.
had, and for very specific to
Mm.
its context. Number
Mm-mm.
two, I think that because Cebu and the Philippines in general is a third world country, I think that in Cebu, what would be money making would probably not be a high end restaurant, arte arte, something fast casual, something
Mhm.
price based, mga your average on
Affordable.
de la Cruz can get
Mm-mm.
like price points of like 50, 100, and it's a volume thing, so
Mhm.
maybe that. So uh, uh, tone down the sophistication and aim for a more broader market, I would say.
I see.
What else? Food delivery. Uh, I don't know much. I have a lot of food delivered by there is naman during the quarantine. Like,
No, it's definitely a thing. Just
this amazing discovery food from Mindanao. I've had, beef rendang. I've
oh
had
my gosh,
palapa and
kalami.
taffer delivered. It's like a pinalot version. It has all these weird Mindanaoan flavors. Like, yeah, it's like travel. Yeah,
Bitaw.
it's just wow.
And it's
The sort of flavor that sticks to the nose of your roof. That kind of
yeah,
flavor.
and we haven't, maybe just me personally, I haven't been really exposed to a lot of Mindanaoan food or the cuisine that they have, but it's something that I should, or maybe every Filipino should definitely explore.
Well, again, may kakaon na ko ba with all those weird flavors and then those weird color. You have oil that turns green. When putang mo sa ref mo, yellow. It's like when I eat it, I hear brass gongs playing in the background.
It's a totally different adventure.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, I've had like sushi baked delivered. Lots of weird stuff delivered.
And going on with my last question, it's already
Yeah, yeah,
borderline an hour already. um,
yeah.
if you could have anything right now, okay, from all over the world, any dish, just be as specific to be as specific as you can be. What would you have right now, and why?
From all over the world. Wow, that's a
Oh,
hard question.
oh, you can choose anything all over the world.
Yeah.
maybe you tried it and you really want to try it again, or maybe it's something you haven't tried.
Wow.
I have some really good peculiar answers to this question because I always ask my guests this question.
Ako, siomay, lagi na ako mauna. Siomay sa Pungs, kanang atbang sa SM. Or lagi na ako mauna-unaan. Like, I wouldn't mind New York, Chinatown, siomay as well, but like, siomay, dili ka ng tisa. Siomay sa tisa, ha? Ka ng mabaw, ka ng ground na kayang meat. But like, you know,
siomay.
With meat that you can recognize. Okay, it's, it's a meat. You know what I mean?
Why? Why though?
Yellow, young skin. I don't know, because that's that one, with a slight hint of sesame oil. I don't know, that's the siomai that I'm thinking of. And I'm sure I'll also crave for siomai sa tisa, siomai, or, or shopping mall cart siomai. But, like, right now, it's,
siomai.
That
That kind of siomai.
That particular siomai Cantonese meat you see, maybe bits of shrimp,
like
super mince, you can see it, and then it's yellow, a wrapper. There's different kinds of siomai, ha?
Oh.
There's Singapore siomai also. It almost feels like meatloaf.
Diba ito siomai, sila shumai mo. It's the same thing.
I think they're just dumplings. But sometimes I crave for like that shank that I call it Singaporean slash what's the name of that restaurant in SM ganit kapag sa Leona's?
Not sure.
It's like Pan Asian, and then you can get roti. Their siomai is Singaporean siomai.
Siomai. So any meal you could have right now, siomai. And again, I really have peculiar answers for all of my guests. So, but really interesting. And thank you, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. Lingaw kayo.
I hope to visit Huntington Beach.
Surf, maybe. For lounge around the beach.
I don't know when this pandemic's gonna end.
Hey.
Aren't you glad you're there and not here? I mean, what's it like there? Are people really, do you find a lot of stupid people there here?
I would say so.
Karens and Karens.
I would say that people really say it like truly. They say that COVID is political, like like in that like people would make up some shit to say they can't wear a mask because of a medical condition. To that point, Jud. No, ingana Jud. Lagi. But knowing that the U.S. has the most number of cases, but because of kanang mas dako jud ang land, I wouldn't say that it's much more safer sa Philippines. But because people really here is not just some people like they don't believe in that.
You have your orange president.
Well,
our own as well.
Anyways, anything else that you want to say to our fans? Any shout outs?
You have your orange president, we have our gray president.
Well, that's not a shout out. But yeah, call out.
Okay.
Go.
Message na lang. I know you through Cebu Lit Fest, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's been involved with Cebu Lit Fest. The writers, the spoken word poets, the merchants. It was sad to cancel Cebu Lit Fest this year because obviously we can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that we can bring it back next year, stronger. Thank you for being part of the little team that went into the Cebu Lit Fest spoken word team.
Of course.
It's fun. It's been now. You're there. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you for making me do this.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah.
And again, for people who are watching this, I'm
Oh
gonna.
wait. Tama.
Okay, go.
Guys, can you add us on social media? So
Mm-hmm.
we have a YouTube page, Cebu Literary Festival. On Facebook also, we have Cebu Literary Festival. And on Instagram, we have Cebu Literary Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so add us up.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yay! Thanks.